Welcome to Pentecostal Preaching Channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you see. Hit the bell to be notified when something new is uploaded. Have a great day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another edition of Inland Lighthouse Podcast. I'll be your host tonight, Brother Bob Lee, and with me, as usual, is my faithful sidekick, Brother Engineer Danny Tirado.
Hello, everyone.
And Danny, actually, tonight we got a different kind of podcast for you tonight. Danny's actually playing a dual role. He's actually my guest tonight as well. And we also got in the studio here, we got Brother Balti Lozano. Say hello, Brother Balti.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Well, Kate, so like I said, today is going to be a little different, and we're excited. We started a new ministry here at Inland Lighthouse Church, and we hope that it gains a lot of excitement. We're excited about it, and hopefully out there in podcast land, you guys will get excited about it.
Yes.
So what it is Apostolic Family Time Radio. So before I ask a few questions, brother Danny, he's the genius behind all of this and doing all the legwork and with some help from some others, and that's why we got Brother Balti here. We're going to get into him a little bit in a minute. But why don't you go and tell us real quick about how this kind of started and what your kind of plans are, goals, and how do you want to see this take off?
Well, it started about maybe 5 years ago. Me and an old friend of mine at this church we were going to, we did Sunday school, and we decided, you know what, there's a lot of kids that came on the bus to our church, and when they would leave, they didn't have anything to take home with them, and a lot of the Sunday school, like the bus kids, they don't know anything about other popular dramatized stories out there. So we kind of wanted to give them something to listen to take home, share with their families, and just kind of, who knows, that something might happen with them and their families, even if it's just a story.
Okay.
So,
well, that's good. So again, everybody that's listening, it's Apostolic Family Time Radio, and we have one of our characters here today. Actually, a multi-voice character talents of Brother Balti. Why don't you tell us, just before we actually get into specifics of some of these characters, tell me some of the characters you've played so far.
So far, I've only played Logan, and I like Logan's character. He's a teenager. I like that he works. I don't know if anybody or everybody out there has heard the episode, but if you haven't heard it, go out and get it. It's apostolicfamilytimeradio.org. And the character, he makes this pizza in the first episode. It's like he messes it up. It hits the door, and you don't know what it looks like, And so I play Logan on the first one. In the second episode, I'm going to be another character called Jeremy. And
Is that Jeremy?
It's Jeremy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Not Jeremy. I know it's a bit. It sounds like Jeremy, but he has a slower voice, like they call me Jeremy.
Okay.
And he talks like that. Then we kind of talked about doing another character.
yeah.
That's more cartoonish. His name is Kip, and he talks like this.
Okay. All right. So again, this is Apostolic Family Time Radio. And so you guys are all that are listening right now, you're getting in on the ground floor. We're going to give you the information on how to, and maybe later on we're going to actually talk about a little clip from one of our stories. So we've actually only produced one episode right now. The first one is called Trials of Monsters and Men, and that's where we're going to play a little scene from that, so give you a little taste for it. And also on that website, and again, we'll make sure you have all that information. It's under development. This is a brand new ministry we're starting here. We're going to be having some character bios on some of the recurring characters that are in some of these stories, and it's composed of characters are people from the church, and hopefully they'll be. And here's what we like about it. And I'm kind of gonna jump in here and take some words out of Danny's mouth. This is fully, truly apostolic.
Yes.
And I'll never forget when I first came down here to this church. I remember talking with our first lady at the time, Sister Booker, and she told us, as we were pretty much new converts, she said, when you come into church, okay, there's things you're going to be giving up, like television and just all kinds of other entertainments. Mm-hmm. Well, you got to fill that up with something. Okay, and so some advice she had, and actually in one of our other podcasts, we talked with Sister Trailer, and she talked about it. And also, if you haven't gone to our church website and listened to some preaching, our pastor, Pastor Joel Booker, preached on social media and things like that, and there's a lot of good advice and stuff there. But one of the things that I'll never forget that Sister Booker told my wife and I about 20-something years ago is when you bring kids into church and they're used to being in the world, you got to fill them up with something. And so what we have here, Brother Danny, tell me if I'm wrong, is good, wholesome entertainment. And the neat thing about it is, and I'm putting a plug in for everything here tonight, if you haven't gotten your Premier Study Bible, for example, okay, that's full of, obviously it's a King James Bible, but all the commentaries in there are written by apostolic ministers. So think about that. You're going to get the doctrine, and it's not going to be Trinitarian. It's going to be oneness doctrine and all the things that we believe in. Well, that's the same kind of thing we're going to try to promote here in some of these radio dramas where we're talking about, scriptures and we're, baptism in Jesus' name, being oneness of God, being filled with the Holy Ghost. In fact, one of the stories hasn't been published yet. Is a lady gets filled with the Holy Ghost.
So the next one, she does.
So again, kids need something. They're spending hours. I don't know, Brother Balti, you got a ton of kids.
We listen to another audio thing all night. It's on all night at my house. So this one is going to be on all night too.
Yeah. Well, okay. By show of hands, I can't see anybody here, but how many people have kids that put on some radio drama and then they go to sleep to it? Mm-hmm. Well, here you're going to get doctrine, and it's going to be fun. Exactly. Hopefully, it'll be entertaining, and it's going to be stuff that apostolics have put together, and so you're not going to get mixed messages, and if we do slip up or something, that's where we want you to write into us, call us, and let us know, and maybe even give some ideas for future stories too. So brother Balti, you got a couple characters, and we're just starting this, right?
We're just starting. And
did you know how talented you were before this started, or
no? I had always liked doing voices, so my family hears me do all kinds of voices all the time, so they're finally coming out and get to be used for God,
Well, good. And I'm jumping around here because again, I'm excited about this. Brother Danny said something about Sunday school, and one of the things I think we're going to try to do is maybe we have prizes and giveaways in our Sunday school kids. Give them CDs or something like that, right?
Yeah. Hopefully we can give them to all of them, but. Yeah, we're going to try to figure that out somehow.
So maybe we have what's called a treasure box. Kids do something, they get to go to the treasure box. Maybe we'll offer up some, start off with some of these, but because we want to reach their families. We have bus kids. Give them some CDs. They go home, they put this in the house, and hopefully they'll be entertained. And anything we can get them off of television and some of the other computers, anything like that, where they can just sit and listen to some good stuff, And again, we're going to have messages in there, and I'm flat out. We're not trying to hide anything. We're going to we're teaching, doctrine, and but have fun time doing it. And so the stories are going to be funny, hopefully. Some will be sad, and I think we got scary ones, and not too scary. Your kids are going to have nightmares, I don't think.
Nothing like that.
But again, think about it. So how many of you, listen to radio, audio books, and I preferred, I like there's good and bad, dramatized audiobooks out there, or just plain people reading and whatever, and those are good too if you pop it in the car and you're driving. But here's some good stuff again for kids, and and all fan. And it's not just kids. My wife read the script for this next one of the others. What's the next one we have coming
Faith
up?
in the Veil.
Faith in the Veil. My wife read that, and we were shopping. We're driving. She's reading it, and we pull in the parking lot. And I was just telling the guys here before we got in the studio here today that. I go, come on, let's go and shopping. She goes, no, hold on. She wanted to finish reading the script. She was just reading it. She was that. And I go, no. It's a cliffhanger. You stop on page 13 and we'll pick it up later. So I forced her to put it down, turn the AC off. It's 100 degrees outside. And so she had to obey me. But, and again, I hope, I'm excited, and I think this is going to be some good stuff. But again, this is going to be something good to put into your kids. And we're excited.
Like, Pastor just came back from Summit, and he was telling me about how they had people selling CDs, but they were different. I don't know how many people are doing what we're doing, if there is any, in the Apostolic Church. But he was saying there are more like books being read, no kind of dramatization to it, like no actual story kind of. It's just basically they're reading a book to the kids, and hey, that's good too. We need all we can to help the kids just stay away from stuff out there, and because I have 5 of them, and I'm trying to do what I can to myself here, to keep them away from that stuff. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we can reach a lot of people, not only just church, but people out in the world, that the little Sunday school kids from California all the way to Maine and Florida and Texas, wherever we can get these Sundays, these CDs, or these, you can even download them off our website, and I mean, just to help as much as we can. And I know they're just stories, but when they're in God's hands, they can do, it can do anything, because God can do anything. So,
that's great. There is another character recurring in the play. His name is Brother Matt James. Now, I understand from reading his bio, he's a brilliant theologian. He's just an intellectual, scientific giant. He's ruggedly handsome and good looking. And
yes.
I'm just curious, who did you get to play that guy's part?
I don't know if you know him, but his name is Brother Bob Lee.
All right, I'm just teasing here. So yes, I am in these plays until they kick me out, and so I want to talk a little bit about some of the plays. So this guy, Brother Matt James, he's owner of a pizza parlor. That's where the kids come and hang out.
Yeah,
and he's the old guy that tries to give advice, I guess, to the younger kids as they come in.
He knocks some sense into his younger ones.
Okay.
Kind of like,
and he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
I found even some.
Yeah, in the next one, he's a cool guy.
In this next episode, people think he's actually a cool guy. But no, it's been kind of fun. And believe me, I'm no actor. This is brand new to me, and but it's been fun so far. And but again, we got a lot of characters that we're introducing. Some are going to be recurring. Like Brother Balt here. Logan's going to be he's a church kid, so he'll be in pretty much most of the episodes, and there'll be others that'll kind of bounce in and out. But we got some good stuff. We're gonna do some real life things that happen in our churches. I mean, unfortunately, maybe backsliders happen. Well, we might have an episode where we talk about that. I'm not going to give too much away, but again, we got some good things planned, and it's apostolic based. And again, we're just really excited about this. And
I mean, hopefully, whoever for you guys listening out there, if you guys haven't heard it, go to our website, or if you come to the church, hey, you can hear the CD.
So you can now. I know in our church coffee shop, for those that attend or visit in the Lighthouse Church here in Rialto, you can actually purchase a CD. But I know that, and I think you mentioned it. I rented a car the other day, and we brought a whole bunch of audiobooks. We were having a long drive. It didn't have a CD player in the car. So, I mean, I had a stack of them, Okay, we were driving 10 hours, and it didn't do me any good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are the other formats or media that how they can get it?
It was funny because Brother Balti brought that up to me. He was like, hey, you know what? I don't have a CD player. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we actually designed a website, and it's on the website now where you can just purchase it, and it can download to your computer or for your phone. It'll send you a link, an email. So
okay, so we'll provide that information, and I believe we're gonna, on our Inland Lighthouse Church website. We're going to try to put some links and some information on that link right to the website, which would be great. We need a link to the podcast so people can hear that. I know you can go to SoundCloud and search ILC podcasts, and we have some great podcasts if you haven't listened to those. But this radio drama, I think, is going to be very good, and we're excited about it. Now I want to make a plug here. We haven't done this yet on any of our podcasts, but if you have been listening to some of these, if you feel compelled to maybe make a donation, we're always willing to take a donation. So if you like what you've heard on some of these podcasts, maybe consider sending something in to the church donation. If you maybe $1 a podcast or something, I don't know. if you haven't enjoyed the podcast, we'll maybe send in $2 because that'll help us get better. Okay, so but no, we do want your feedback because we want to keep this ministry going. And again, I keep going back to it. You got to spend some time doing something. Why not do something wholesome, good? And I think this is going to be something real exciting for kids. And so far, we've had good feedback on the first episode.
So far,
we're only going to get better.
Far, so good.
And not just for kids; it's for adults too. Because
you're right.
I've listened to it on my way to work already, like at least 10 times in the car, and then I've listened to it at home maybe another 10 or 20 times.
Oh wow, yeah. So, and you just brought up a good point just a few minutes ago about like I don't like to bring it up, but the cost for it, it's only $5, but none of this goes to me. It doesn't go to Brother Balti. It doesn't go to anybody else who's helping right now. It just helps us to grow this ministry with either CDs or building the website or who knows what. It doesn't. We don't keep it at all.
Right. So like I said, for example, all the CDs we may give out, we got 100 bus kids that come in, typically 100, 150. We're going to be giving them all away. And it obviously costs money for the materials. But yes, exactly. All this is, we're not going to get rich off of this. I don't think. I'm not retiring yet.
I'm not buying a new house.
Yeah, right. Well, at first I wasn't going to charge anything. I didn't want to, but, after talking to Pastor, he said, well, it's worth something. You just can't, it's,
Yeah, purely donation. Sometimes I feel like, we'll do car wash fundraisers. Sometimes kids will be doing something for the church or school here. And a lot of times, people that just want to donate, give more than just, $1 a podcast. Give whatever. Exactly. If you feel like giving a couple thousand, you can do that too. We're not going to stop you. Then maybe I will retire. No, just kidding, just kidding. But so anyway, I'm excited about this. We're always trying something new, and we'll see what happens. And we're excited, and I hope that you do plan on listening in, continue to listen to our podcast. And Danny,
did you want to hear the clip?
Oh, hey, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so why don't you tell us about? We're going to play a little clip here for you.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about the scene? And
this is from our first episode. This is a scene where Jordy and Jake, they're two brothers. They go out on a boating trip, kind of in the lake, and they're chasing this sea monster, and the sea monster ends up hitting them into some rocks, and you'll hear it once you'll hear it. And so, yeah, it's pretty exciting. So here, let me just play it for you really quick.
It's starting to rain!
I feel it. Just hang on. Whoa, we're starting to take on water. Hey, what are you doing?
When the Apostle Paul was going to shipwreck, they threw everything overboard to make the ship lighter.
I don't think the ice chest and my binoculars are going to help much. If you want to help, just hang on and pray.
Jesus,
Lord,
help
we need
us,
you.
Lord. Ah, the monster's right next to us.
What? Not the monster. We're going to crash into those rocks. Grab my arm.
Ah!
Wow, I've heard it before, but I got to tell you, it's like Brother Balti said, is I can hear this over and over again, and it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
These things are good. It's not a one-time deal. Well, that's exciting, and I can't wait to hear some more of the story. If you heard that little clip, those of you out there, get a hold of us, find out how to hear more, and we're excited about putting some more of these out. And again, we like your feedback, on this and all the podcasts. Tell us what we can do better, and because we honestly we want to try to help people be a good ministry, and we're excited about it. So. We've got more to come. Maybe we'll do another brief episode for you, podcast 2 or something. But
maybe later on, once
Part
things
2.
go.
Hey, brother Costa, he's often in the studio audience here with us. He some other thing we're thinking about doing, and again, stuff costs money, is we're actually talking about doing a podcast. Maybe we'll get some pictures with this one somehow. We'll figure out how to do it on the website. Is if you haven't attended one of Bishop Booker's Azusa Street tours.
Oh yeah.
We're thinking about doing that one of these days. We'll rent a bus. I've gone on it before. He takes a lot of visiting ministers and people from all over the country that come and church. He's done, just occasionally. But we're actually thinking about doing a podcast on that where he just tapes, for people that can't make it to California. It's an incredible. It's entertaining. It's intellectual, and nobody does it better than Bishop. I mean, he's a historian.
I still haven't gone.
Oh, it's incredible.
My wife went, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
great.
gone either.
No, it's incredible. So we're thinking about doing that, where you just hear classic, Bishop Booker, talking about Azusa Street and giving the history of it. And he's, as with buses going down the road and going by the different historic sites, Angelus Temple and Azusa Street and that, the house on Bonnie Bray Street and whatever, you get to hear all that. So we're thinking about doing that. And again, some of these things, they do cost money. So if you do care to, contribute to that, because I think that's going to be a real exciting one. We're looking forward. We've been planning it, thinking about it for a while,
Can't wait for that one.
But again, going back to Apostolic Family Time Radio, we're excited about that, and hope you are too. But again, we just get your feedback.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. So you owe it to yourself to listen to one episode anyway. Try it's good to try it once.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like we said, you guys can go online. It's apostolicfamilytimeradio.org, and there you can. It's still under construction, but you can still purchase it. It's downloadable, or if you want the CD, you can contact us at apostolicfamilytimeradio@gmail.com, and we can send it to you if you prefer the CD. I don't know. There's a lot of options you guys can take. So
Figure it out. All right. Well, hey, I want to thank again. Hey, Brother Kip, why don't you say goodbye to our listening audience out there?
Goodbye, everybody.
That's awesome. Okay, again, Brother Danny, I you know what? God bless this ministry. We're excited, and I'm glad. I truly am honored that you picked me to help out, and I hope I can do a good job and just be a blessing to everybody out there.
me too, because I don't want to fire you. Just kidding.
All right. Well, hey, if you need to, do it. But anyways, and I still love you. All right. Well, hey, God bless everyone. Again, tune in to our future podcast. We're always here and available for comments, and we try to get back to you whenever we can.
Yes.
Go ahead, Danny. Take us home.
All right. And for those who like to leave any comments or questions, you can email the podcast at podcast@inlandlighthouse.com. Once again, that's podcast@inlandlighthouse.com. And you can leave comments, questions, concerns, anything you feel like you need to say to better this podcast. And we'll for sure listen, and we'll see you on the next podcast.